My buddy Domenick Nati just came in. Welcome, Dom.
Woo!
Yes.
Round of applause for Dom in the studio.
Dom. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
9.9 today.
You're welcome. I'm Snapchatting while we're doing this.
Oh,
so yes.
I met
terrible.
Dom in a cigar shop in Windhurst. Can I say cigar shop?
Yes.
Well, you did, so
those are legal, Flynn.
We became friends and just got to know Dom, and he's got the coolest job ever.
Yes.
Dom's a publicist, and how did that get going? What did you do in school?
Well, I actually did not do it in school. I worked in television and film for about 7 years, and then I started getting a little lazy, and I was like, well, how can I work in media, but not have to be on the set all the time? Because I had a wife and a baby coming. And
Did you get married pretty young?
I was 24, so
good age.
I don't know.
Becky's cool.
Yeah,
Your wife's cool.
yeah.
She's
Becky?
cool.
Yeah. I was like,
It's
yeah.
in the name. We're cool.
Yeah, I was,
One of them's cool.
Gosh, you kill me.
so I was working there in television and film, and it got a little too demanding to be on the set. So I started writing a press release for a project I was working on, and. Yeah, I started that started to work well. I started to get a lot of placements like in the press, and it was fun.
You were born. You grew up in Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
When
New
did you
York.
move to California?
Moved to California in 2009. So I went out there to be a part of Bethel Church and like Jesus culture.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a tongue talker.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm one
We
of
don't do
those.
that in
I
here.
know.
We don't-
None of that.
You're a
Yeah.
tongue talker?
I'm a tongue talker.
Security.
Yeah.
Push that. We've got to.
We got to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a charismatic.
I get a charismatic.
Get
here.
him.
This
Get him
guy
outta
believes
here.
in the gifts. Get him out.
Oh, my gosh.
This is only my second time on Liberty campus. I came to the
That's funny.
when Donald Trump did
came
the
and saw it?
graduation. I was here.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was on the field. My friend got me a media pass.
Oh, I was
cool.
down there too. Might have
Yes.
been right next to you. I actually was wrapping cable standing right in front of Donald Trump. And I was
Yeah.
like, really close.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like
Did you say hi while you were there? You were right in front of him?
It's not my present.
I
I mean, I
mean-
kept staring at her. I was like, "Is that the girl from The Light?" From the Get Up and Go show, and then
Donald
she
Trump
was
was staring at
like,
her
she was like
too?
a diva. She
I
wouldn't
mean,
talk to me.
I didn't want to brag.
Come on,
Yeah.
I so believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
Sometimes-
you went diva mode on
She went
good old
diva.
Dom.
I know.
Especially in front of Donald Trump. I wanted to look good.
Yes.
You know, maybe he'd hire me one day.
Well, we couldn't get very close. There were snipers on the roof. It was very scary.
I think you could intern in the White House.
Me? I think what? No! I was about to say, yeah, sure. But no, thank you.
She can get paid under the table.
I mean, I talk about some publicity. I feel like that would really take my career off.
Yes.
I'd probably make a career out of it, you know, because
Anyway,
once that happens, you get pretty
Who was
famous.
your
Are you-
first client?
My first. Yeah, let's try to put this in a good direction. So anyway, yeah.
Ask us a question once in a while.
First client. I'm gonna lasso this in. I'm gonna lasso it in.
I got it on there.
Bring it in.
One of us needs to.
I was working in television.
Please bring it back
I'm gonna watch me do this. So my first client was actually Shaquille O'Neal's personal chef.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It was like a
so
weird
not
thing.
Shaquille O'Neal, but his personal
So
chef.
not Shaquille O'Neal, but the guy who fed Shaquille
He
O'Neal.
eats a lot of food, I'm sure.
Yeah, so it was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
fun story, and people liked it. It was actually in Charlotte, North Carolina, so that was where I started. I had to start somewhere, and then he was cooking for one of the Charlotte Hornets, and then I wound up getting hired by the guy that he was cooking for. He was like a basketball player, and I worked in sports for a few years, and then it was just kind of hard working in sports. Like
I heard you were the quarterback for the Texans.
that is incorrect,
Oh,
but I
no.
like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a good try.
Are you backup?
No, I'm not
Pitcher?
the most athletic.
Oh.
Yeah,
Not your thing?
yeah. Sports not really. I don't really watch a lot of the sports.
You know what's going on. You know how to
Yeah.
publicize about
How
it.
Yes.
did you get to work on Talladega Nights?
So I was living in Buffalo, New York, and then we moved to Charlotte. And when I got to Charlotte, I had worked on actually at a church for like a Christian TV show that was riveting.
Yeah.
No. So it was just like I literally
Like most Christian
Yeah.
TV shows.
Oh yeah, a lot of Emmys. It was a big show. So then it was just like the pastor was the host, and then like after doing it for like 3 months,
Who watches those things?
no one. So after
Yeah.
like 3 months working with him, he's like, "Hey, what day and time is this show on?" And I was like, "I don't even know." But it was like my whole job was just pointless, So
Do you sometimes watch it on like a Friday night?
no, it's really hard to find. I'm sure it's off the air. So
Yeah.
we did that, and then I moved to Charlotte, and that was like my terrible resume. And they said that there was a big film being shot in Charlotte, and I found out where the production office was, and because everyone's like, "Oh, this is where you fax in your resume." It was like 2005.
Yeah.
So people were faxing still. And
It's like back in the Stone Age.
yeah, I know.
Now we're Snapchatting resumes.
Yeah. So then I just found the production office. I walked down there with my resume, and I just like walked in like it was a McDonald's. I was like, "Hey, I'd like to work here," and and they wound up interviewing me, and I got the job.
So that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you do on set?
Not much. I mean, my job was really just there's a director called Judd Apatow. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a big name.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of stuff, right?
That was my job. My job was basically I would just go to his rented house in Charlotte. So we filmed it in Charlotte because it's a NASCAR movie.
Yeah.
And I would go pick him up and take him to the set.
Was he cool?
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I mean, it was weird. He'd pick on me a lot because I'm a Christian, and it was like, it wasn't like because that was my education. I went to like ministry school for a little bit, and that was it was just kind of like a weird thing for me to.
Was it hard to be a
part of.
Christian in Hollywood like that?
Not really. I think that people probably overthink it more than anything. I mean, it's just if that's who you are. I mean, people are just everybody's so different and diverse and everything. It's just. I mean, if you're going to be super uptight about it, like then, I don't know why you would get into that field.
Yeah.
But if you're
I've
going to.
heard that before, too.
Yeah. It's not really that, like, the end of the world.
Just like any other workplace, I guess. But my understanding or my impression that Hollywood, everyone connected, is pretty liberal. And it's the thing.
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing, obviously. Well, the thing about that is, though, it's like they're so open-minded that they're closed-minded. Christianity is pretty exclusive.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that they would hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's not really that they hate it. It's just, it's up to the individual.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to,
Yeah.
because I had some people from my church come to the set. I actually had one of the pastors come and like, and when I was working on Talladega Nights, they're like, "Oh, my wife really likes production," and they'd come, and it happened to be like the scene where Amy Adams like crawls up on the desk and they start making out, and talking about how horny he is and stuff like that. So I was like, "Oh my God, why did you have to come today?" It was like at a bar. I was super uncomfortable, but he's like, "Dom, relax. Like I know I wasn't meeting you at like a missions conference or something like
Right, right.
So you just get more. I mean, it is what it is, and
It's show business.
yeah. I mean, I just do it because I like it.
There ain't no business like show business, Dom.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
that is
Yeah.
exactly
Right.
true.
I've always, because the stigma is that it's like impossible to be a Christian in Hollywood, or it's really, really hard and people are going to constantly make fun of you. That's what the
Yeah.
impression is usually.
Oh, yeah.
But it's encouraging to hear that's not really the case.
No. I mean, it's up to the end. Like I said, if you're gonna like walk
It's
around
like anywhere else, really.
rebuking people or something, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, what are you doing here?
I
You know?
rebuke thee in thy
Yeah.
movies.
Guys, that's not right.
We are
Yeah.
from Liberty. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I did not go to school here. I don't know if I don't think I'd be allowed.
Any interactions with Will Ferrell? That's such a fanboy
Yeah.
question.
Such a
Absolutely.
fanboy.
No, it was really ironic. Like when I, so we on Saturdays, the crew would play basketball.
Yeah.
Right. So then me and two of my friends, two of my church friends, I was like, hey, I'm going to go play basketball with some of the crew, and they came with me. And like the whole ride there, they're like, well, maybe Will Ferrell's going to play. And I was like, no, he's not going to play, dude. It's just for the crew, whatever. And they're like, but maybe, And I was like, he's not.
He's really tall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 6'4", probably.
Wow.
But then
I realized he was that tall.
He's tall.
yeah, he's up there.
He's up there. He's
Yeah.
a tall guy.
But then he wound up walking in while we were like shooting
Was he a
around.
cool guy?
Yeah, it was super cool. It was really funny. Like, so there was a game. We had like a game going on in the other half of the court, and then we wound up saying, "Let's play 2-on-2," and then we shot for teams. And I remember Will being in front of me, and he made his free throw, and I was like, "Oh my god, if I make this free throw, I'm going to be playing 2-on-2 basketball with me and Will Ferrell," and I made it.
All
And
right.
Yeah.
And did you get to play with him?
Oh my god, yeah. And I was like, I tried to be super cool, like I swished it, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I like walked over to him. I go, oh, so me and you, like all cool. Like, in my head, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Yeah.
That actually says a lot that you can control
Now
yourself.
the real question though is,
And you didn't
kind of,
You
yeah.
didn't just turn to like one of those like, oh my
I
gosh,
know.
I'm such a big fan and freak out.
I know. And then
would.
the funny thing is, he was
you
like, what's your name? I was like, Domenick. And then I was like, oh right. He doesn't introduce himself because
Yeah.
it's like
really,
it's pretty clear who I am.
did you
Like,
win? Did
We
you win?
did, dude. So I played. Believe it or not, I am like over 300 pounds now. But in high school, I was a starting point guard, and we freaking. I've never played basketball that ridiculously good in my life. Like
Wow.
it just.
It
I
made
don't-
you nervous because Will Ferrell
I
was
think
there.
it was just like I was trying so hard, and I was so into it. I mean, I was just like I was so.
Will probably didn't
in
even
the
top of the
zone.
world.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Like for him, it was like nothing, but for me, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. And we just like he'd pass me the ball, and I would just put up these ridiculous shots. And just I don't know if God was like raining down favor or something. It was like I'm not that good, but everything was going in. And then after that, like it got me like noticed, and when I'd see him around, I'd be like, "Hey, Dom," and I was like,
Good basketball skills. Really rose to the
Who would have
occasion.
thought? Yeah, who would have thought?
Oh, my gosh.
the chubby guy. Yeah, the basketball was my way in.
I wonder what he was thinking. He's like, oh, bummer. Like this
I
guy's
know
on
he's
my
like,
team.
I'm stuck with this fatty.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Did you
like-
guys win?
We destroyed them, and honestly, like it was mostly because of me. Believe it or not, but it was
It
so
was
much.
all
It
me.
was so much luck. Like my friends were gonna tell them, like because they were like, "Wow, this kid's pretty good." And I look, like I'd be the last one picked, and I was like, "Dude, don't tell them that I'm actually average."
Yeah.
You know,
They make me look really good.
because they had no other, they had no point of reference.
like it's gonna stay a secret for very long. Once you start playing, it's
I
all
know.
coming out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I just that was like the best basketball I ever
Wow.
played.
That's probably the best you've ever felt in your life.
Yes.
You probably felt actually on top of the world.
I did it. I was like, dude, I was freaking balling out there. And so on the ride home, they were all giving me crap,
Dude,
Like,
Talladega
They're just
Nights,
jealous they didn't do
that
it.
Was his,
Yeah.
That's his funniest movie, I think.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. I like Elf.
Whoa.
That's not my favorite. I
Yes.
think Elf's overrated.
It's
Did you work on
I
Elf?
have to be
I did
honest though.
Oh.
I think Elf is all. I also think that's overrated.
Yeah, it's very quoted in it. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's funny.
I sat down and watched it. I was like,
Oh yeah. Will Ferrell, I used to think he was so weird. Like
He's
watching him
weird.
in movies, he would like make me uncomfortable.
really?
Yeah, like I just didn't get his humor.
Like you'd
and I
get
thought it
up
was
and
like,
leave the theater if
Yeah.
you found out he was in it.
No, not quite, but still felt a little weird. And just like I think I also was young and naive and ignorant, and like he would make a lot of dirty jokes,
Oh, yeah.
Or it's like, I don't know. And I was like, ugh, I don't like that.
That's not the Liberty way.
We
Yeah.
know that you would get up and you don't have to pretend like you didn't leave the theater.
You're right.
I know you, and
I'm
I
such
know
a good
that
girl.
you would figure it out and you'd get up and walk out.
I can't associate with it,
That's good. Yeah. So my
kidding.
wife, we had to like watch the premiere, and it's like a private screening
That's
with
cool.
just like the cast and
carpet
crew.
stuff?
Yeah. And then like I'm sitting there, my wife feels the same way you do, and she
Hmm.
was like, I'm sitting there next to her, and she's like, "This movie's dumb." And I'm just sitting, it depends on who you're watching it with, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? This is dumb.
And the
What a waste
premiere-
of my life."
Do you think that she would be like a good sport? Like, oh, we're trying to get
No,
get into
no,
it.
yeah, she's
Becky,
like-
Yeah, because you worked on it, or you were with, you worked with
Yeah.
the crew and everything.
She's kind of like, she's just kind of, she's not really into it, like as far as like when I met her, I don't know what I was doing. I was probably unemployed, or like maybe cooking at I think I was like waiting tables at the Cracker Barrel. Like, I had that's why she married me. She could see the potential.
Ha, that's good. Good for her for having a vision.
I think she's seen you on the court.
Yeah, she probably saw me on the
that
court.
was the big reason.
She was like, look at that obese guy with the crossover.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, Talladega Nights and then Hell's Kitchen. That's a good
Yeah.
one. That was a good show.
Yeah, so then after that, so I lived in Charlotte, and then I wound up getting a job at the Inspiration Networks, which is like a Christian TV network. And that got boring pretty quick. So then
Ah.
I started freelancing in reality TV. So then I worked on like a dozen shows, like Deal or No
Wow.
Deal, Hell's Kitchen.
You worked on
Oh.
Deal or No Deal too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh
good
my
show.
gosh.
That was super fun.
Did you like it?
I
And
did
is
like
it
it.
staged at all? Give us all the dirt.
It is not staged. I mean, what I worked in was like the casting, trying to find like the right contestants and stuff. So it's like we didn't fake anything that I remember. We just would find people that we'd like, and we would coach them and make sure that they got to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of stuff. I worked in reality TV for 7 years after that, and so a lot of stuff. A lot of things are coached, and some things are staged.
Yeah,
All right, let me
what?
ask you this.
I was gonna ask what you guys look for in your
Yeah.
contestants.
That's a good.
Beck's planning to audition. So.
If I were,
Yeah, in that
hypothetically.
show, what we would look for, we would if we liked you, we would just we'd always ask well, what would you spend the money on? That was our big question. If you won $1 million, what would you spend the money on? And if we liked you, you'd be like, hey, don't say you'd spend it on charity. Think of something. We look for creativity. It would be better for you just to be like, I'm going to buy a yacht, and then I'm going to probably whatever throw peanuts at poor people. We didn't really want you to say that you're going to help people.
I'd
out.
buy a big house and just fill of iguanas.
Yes.
Yeah, something like
What?
that.
It's crazy. Yeah, something
Lizards.
exciting.
There'd be so many lizards you just couldn't see the floor.
Yes.
$10 million, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a bunch of lizards.
No, that's the type of stuff
Well,
that we
you
would
look
like
just
to see.
like one, so that
Thank
would
you.
probably work out pretty well.
Dude, so-
Flinter. Sorry, I do have to Snapchat.
That's
though.
all right.
Okay, but I'm
Do that
done.
in here.
Yeah.
Dude, so okay, let me ask you a question. So Hell's Kitchen, it's a competition. You gotta.
Impress Gordon, isn't it? With
Gordon Ramsay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta. But okay, this is my question. If you got someone who's just TV gold, just an idiot, just like a real clown, who's
Yeah.
just the entertainment value is just amazing, just really hilarious. But he sucks as a chef. You want to keep him on there as long as possible. Is that in the back of Gordon Ramsay's mind? Because he's got a good eye for TV, he produces a lot of stuff, or does he just want a good chef?
Yeah, I mean, it's not
You know
really.
what I mean? There's got to be a decision where, say, that clown is up against a good chef, and he's like, okay, well, obviously, I want this guy to win, but this guy is just killing it. Everyone loves the show because of him.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, number one, it's always
TV.
a TV show.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you have 8 great chefs and all of them have zero personality, we would not be interested.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, if you just came in and probably the most I saw that was, if you've ever seen So You Think You Can Dance. So on that show, we would have when you would make it to the next round.
You worked on that also?
I worked on that also. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one, too, yeah.
So I worked in the music department. So basically, after you went through the audition, you would have to come to me, and we would select a song based
Was that in
on.
Charlotte? That wasn't in Charlotte, was it?
No. That was actually I was in Atlanta, if I remember. Yeah. So we would come and they would select their songs out of the licensed songs that we had to choose from. But when I would look at their what they got for going to the next round, I could tell if they were a legit contestant or if they were on the show because they were gonna suck.
Yeah.
Which is part of the show. So it was all it was all intentional. So even if whatever you see on TV, those people they've already determined, wow, this guy is terrible.
Yeah.
But he'd be funny to laugh at. So when you would send, we had a code that we had on the actual, ticket that they would get to come to my department, and I'd be like, okay, this guy sucks. And then it was just funny because they were always super delusional.
Yeah.
They were like, man, because it was in Georgia. They're like, my friends always told me don't do it, but I guess I proved them wrong today. And I'm like, yeah, man, you must be good. You got to the second round, and it's but
Congratulations.
so there's always those things where they would just any of those shows, whoever would be the most entertaining. If you suck at what the competition is, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Right.
be, yeah.
It's because it's TV, so of course,
Yeah.
the entertainment value is going to be the number one thing. Some of the career stuff that you've done, it's really interesting. You've had quite the run
Yes.
so far.
I'm pretty impressive.
And you're a pretty humble guy as well. You don't like to brag about it.
No, unless I need to, then I will.
Like right now.
If no one's promoting, then I'm gonna have to.
We got a couple text-ins during your interview, a couple people saying that they thought it's really crazy that you had done so much. Somebody texted and said, can't believe he played basketball with Will Ferrell. That's one for the books. Thank you for the text-ins. So look, let me ask you this. You started a house church recently.
Yes. So I moved here from, like I said, California, Northern California. I went to the Bethel Church. You guys know? Have you heard of Jesus Culture or Bethel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good music.
Because they're charismatics, and I know that you guys are against that.
can't say
Am I not? I'm not allowed to say
Sorry,
it.
we
Is
can't-
that?
we
Is it
could not-
did
no.
you hit the
It's-
dump
it's-
button?
Dump button.
You know, dump-
No, there's I've met so many different, and honestly, I wouldn't even throw myself in like a category.
Yeah.
I would say like I could tell you what I believe, and I'm sure there's overlap of like many different denominations. I know a lot of people around
Why
here.
do you
like
wear
that.
a turban?
I wear the turban because it's part of. You're an idiot, Paul.
Yes.
What?
Do you guys are you guys Baptists? Or
Yeah, well, like I said, I can tell you.
we don't ask that.
There's overlap.
Wait, we're gonna get kicked out if we say no. If we say no, the three
You
men.
gotta be a Baptist to go to Liberty or no?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No. It's not, I think, non-denominational. I know when people come on recruiting trips for sports, because my one friend, he was here when he was doing his recruiting trip for
Yeah.
football, and he was kind of getting the vibes it's a Christian school, and they're like, no, like Muslims, Buddhists, everyone's here. It's definitely
really?
predominantly Christians, but they were saying how
Oh,
we
okay.
don't,
He was probably shocked then when he had
Disclude.
the biblical worldview classes.
and convo.
I had lunch with the Scientologists the other day.
That's not true.
What?
So if you like witness a miracle, you get kicked out.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what happened? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I moved here to there it is. I'm gonna lasso it in yet again. Moved here from Bethel, so it's very different. Lynchburg and Liberty in this environment is just different than what I'm used to. And
In a good way?
no. But no, it's just it's just not what I'm used to. Like I said, I'm not used to like the Bible Belt or like I guess I just always kind of grew up with a lot of faith and stuff. Like, because I got saved when I was 21, and it was like a supernatural encounter in my bedroom. So I kind of started there. And so my view of Christians and just like everybody was like, oh, we all kind of believe the same way. And then when I moved here to Lynchburg, it was just like very conservative, and traditional. Mm-hmm. And that was new for me to be around that. So we tried going to like a couple different churches and stuff, and it just wasn't working out. So I was just sitting there with my wife in our living room, and I was like, just forget it. We'll just like do something here on Sunday, and if some of our friends want to join us, that's fine. We'll just like listen to worship music and, do whatever. Like, and we'll talk about God. And then it just kind of, it's been like 6 or 7 months. I don't really know. And then it's kind of taken its shape to, we haven't named it. I don't really want to name it. So there's no name. We don't like take tithe. It's not like real. We started like 11 because that's like when I wake up. And
Dude, what is the best way to get Kool-Aid up a mountain?
Kool-Aid.
What?
Cult leader.
What are you guys?
He's saying he's a cult leader.
I don't know where these things are coming from, Flynn.
I'm telling you, Zach, you'll get it.
Just turn my mic off.
Yeah. So it is a cult, but you don't have to pay tithe. So it really
Awesome.
is. Yeah.
So really, you're still coming out on top at the end of the day.
So yeah, so you get a little brainwashed, but it doesn't cost you anything.
Suicide or
Yeah, you just like you just lose. You have to like stop talking to all of your friends and family and just disconnect with them. But we don't pass a basket, so it's a good trade.
If they see so much as a single text, Dom is going to be on you about talking to your family.
Yes, that's right.
Not a text, nothing.
Yes.
No letters.
You'll never speak to them again.
take him to an
If
island
you
and
even
call
think
it,
about
call
it.
it Dom Time
No, it's actually.
instead of Jones Time.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that one fell flat.
Yeah, that's all right. You keep trying.
About it too.
I mean, don't. Yeah.
Your jokes are kind of like ramen noodles. Like there's a lot of them, but they're not always the best quality.
Yeah.
They
I like that
keep
comparison.
coming. They keep coming. There's tons of them, and you can get them for cheap, but it's not like they're all good.
We
cheap,
get it.
cheap entertainment.
We get.
Your jokes are like water and no one
That
cares.
was it. Why are your hands down your pants?
All right.
All the time.
Doing, dude.
Don't tell
You
anyone.
touch the microphone. Yeah, do not touch
Please,
mic
yeah.
number 2. If you're ever in the studio, do not touch mic number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness
It's got a
gracious.
little too much Flynn on it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So how big has your church become now?
Oh, it's small. I don't really. I mean, it's just like I said, it's like a dozen people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really. I mean, it's in my living room. I don't really. But I did wind up marrying someone last month. So
Your wife? You just got married?
No. I performed a ceremony. I was the officiator.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
so
we had a
great.
couple that was engaged, and
Oh,
they
would you like
came.
to do one tomorrow?
Yeah.
No,
So I'm ready for
Flynn.
Flynn's too.
You honestly, you threw me off so bad because you said earlier that you had been married for a while and all that.
I'm
and
sorry.
then you're like, and I also married someone last month.
I mean, like,
what?
I officiated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry Flynn in his right hand based on what I just saw.
Jump.
Anyway,
It's okay.
I'm sorry. This is a big adjustment for me because I've never been on Christian radio before.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
It's
mine's
okay.
censored. It's fine.
Thank you
Dom
guys.
thought I was doing my belt. And I just
He's
kind
not-
of took a little while. And
He's
that's
not
what I
wearing a
was
belt,
working on,
but
yeah.
we'll just
All
go
right.
with that.
Anyways,
So so we had a couple that was engaged, and they
Oh, I'm sorry.
go to the church, and they wanted me to perform the wedding. So I had to. At first, I bought an ordination online.
what?
You can get ordained online for
Oh.
like $40.
Right.
That came in the mail. And I brought that downtown to get licensed, and they rejected it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
How can you get rejected?
Apparently, it has to be through a certain church that they approve of. So they rejected it, and she's like, Universal Life Church. I was like, yeah, that's right. And she's like, is this from online? I was like, no, that's my church. And I was like, and she's like, where's it located? I was like, I don't know. It's just, I got it online. So, yeah.
I got online.
So yeah, so she said no. Like they didn't. They said, well, you can't get licensed in Virginia with this ordination. So I had to like pick a name for the church and create a logo, and then go to FedEx office and print off my own ordination. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So FedEx office ordained me.
I want to know. I want to backtrack a little bit. I want to know about the experience you had that brought you to Christ.
A supernatural one
Okay.
in your bedroom.
Well, I was. This is not very Baptisty. Is that okay? I'm just joking.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm joking. So, so I was 21. My dad was a pastor, or is a pastor.
nice.
Yeah. And so you know what that makes me. Like, I'm a pastor's kid, so it's bad. So,
Bad boy.
so I was, doing whatever. And then,
No, I kind of say something real quick. I got to throw out a warning. I can't use the dump button again. We've exhausted our amount of dumps. So watch it.
Are you serious? We expired the dump button?
It's
Yes.
done. The jump button's broken.
We're a really bad combination. So was that 2 jumps for me?
That was 2 dumps for you and a dump for you
Okay.
earlier.
You're winning.
I won.
You're winning.
But go ahead though. Seriously, I
Okay.
really,
Oh man, we got to be clean for the next 30 minutes. Okay. All right, here we go. Well, that's all right. I'm talking
No
about.
swearing or talking about the lusts of the flesh.
oh my God.
Go ahead.
flesh.
It's supernatural. Then.
I'm in. So then I come home and my dad was praying for me, and I was like, you know what? I think I might want to, because I was getting like sick of partying and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was living the Flynn life, as they call it. Hey, just Tums and Gatorade every morning.
Eat them like they're M&Ms.
And then I was thinking, maybe I should give this Christian thing a try, because I was getting sick of partying. And I was like, well, how do I do it? And then my dad said, you should go up to your bedroom and just surrender your life to God. So I went upstairs to my room, and I got on my knees and like folded my hands, because I didn't really know how to pray. And I was like, nah, this isn't right. This feels weird. I was like, I'm just going to stand up and say, surrender my life to God. So I stood up, I spread my arms out in my bedroom, and I said, I surrender. And when I did that, I felt like something hit me in my chest, and I fell back into the wall, like kind of hard. So then I was like, that was weird. That didn't just happen. And like, I'm not a Christian at this point too. So, so I'm just like, what the heck? And heck. And then so I was like, I'm gonna try. We're out of dumps.
Oh god.
Oh,
You only have 30 minutes.
why
You
don't we
can't
cycle
censor
back the
it.
dumps tomorrow?
Well, it had cycled now. When I said that, it was 0. I don't know how how it works. It
I
was.
think
It
God
was.
supernaturally gave us more dumps. See, this is what I'm talking
The
about.
Lord
What
is
a
good.
guy.
Yes.
God is good.
I'm telling you guys, I believe in miracles. So I said I surrender, fell back to my wall. And then I was like, no, that didn't just happen. And so I did again, spread my arms out, and I said, I surrender. And again, hit my chest, fell back to the wall. And then I thought I was like a tough guy when I was, in the BC days. So I was like, God, don't push me, okay? I was like, nobody pushes
Fight
me.
God again.
Yeah, I was like, really, like, I said, don't push me, dude. So I was like, I'm gonna stand.
I surrender, but I definitely don't want you to push
I was like,
me
but you're
around
gonna
like
push me
that.
around. And then I stood like really, as firm as I could. And then the third time I did it, and I just like wham. And my sister's like, because she was there in the next room, and then she's like, what is going on? And then I just had like chills, and I was like, oh my goodness. And the whole room like was like glowing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, honest to God. Like, but I wasn't smart enough to know what was going on. So I thought someone was like shining a light, 'cause I was like, what is there, like a police car out there? Because we lived in the city. I was like, what is this light coming from? And then I was just changed from that moment. Like because I was
That's cool.
I was just a bad kid. You know what I mean? Like
that's
I
a cool
wasn't
story.
like, some people are like, oh, I was a pretty good person. Like I was like not a good person, like, so it was pretty drastic, and it was really hard for people to adjust to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it started. And then I would go to like certain church things and be like, oh, this is not it, because it was supernatural. Like something hit me in my chest, the room was glowing, and it was like, so that kind of started me on my
Did you ever
path.
feel like doing like seminary or anything like that?
Seminary, I did go to, I went to
That
like,
was your major?
no, I went to a Bible school in Rochester, New York, and that was not really, it was like too traditional for me.
Where
And
did you
then,
meet your wife?
I met her at a revival, there was a revival school in Florida.
Wow.
So it was like,
Yeah, she
do you guys
went
know
to-
what a revival is? Like it's like, so it's like a lot of like an outpouring of the Holy Spirit with like miracles, stuff like that. And then that happened in Florida in 95 to 2000. And then I went down there and I met her like in that atmosphere, so that's kind of us,
Yeah.
So then we went out to Bethel because that's like more our speed,
Yeah.
tongue talking.
How'd you realize you could first do that?
What?
How'd you like come across that?
Tongues?
Well, wait.
Come across.
Can we let's talk about? We got to take a quick break.
Quick break.
Yes.
We got 3 more dumps.
What am I gonna do? Yeah, I don't know if we can do this.
What?
You two are like boom, 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 boom. I need like. We might as well just mute the show.
There is so much
It'd be
more
better.
that people are not getting because
I
it's
know.
edited.
I
Yes.
know.
I know.
We should release the unedited version on
I
the
don't-
website. No.
The director's cut?
The raw.
the director's cut.
Flynn and Dom in the raw. Flynn, are you playing poker tonight? Oh, I mean, no, for fun. Don't. God. Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, look. We're gonna be right back with your convocation update. But
Yes.
our next wake up song of the day is "Obvious" by Holland. We'll be right back after this.
Hey.
That was I'm Not Ashamed by the Newsboys, and it is almost time for us to get out of here. But first, we got the convocation update. Today at convocation is Tommy Lauren.
Yes.
No introduction really needed. I mean, do I
He's
really
it.
need to
He's it.
explain who that is?
Tommy Lauren. She's a very open-minded, conservative.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not opinionated at all.
No.
No, Tommy
Next
Lauren
week's
is a,
guest
is a
at convocation is Harvey Weinstein.
no, that's not going to happen.
That's not true.
Not
okay. I'm sorry. That was a rumor. That was just a rumor.
Tommy Lauren is Flynn has lost it.
There's just no need. There's no need for that.
Tommy Lauren is a conservative, a talk show host, and she's
mean,
very good at what she does.
Once you have Trump in,
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, but
any
you know,
criminal.
liberties. Stop.
sorry.
No, we support liberty and their decisions, and
Yeah.
Tommy Lauren is
Flynn.
a good talk show host, and we're excited to have her here.
Amen. Say amen, Flynn.
Amen.
There you go.
Good, there we go. See, you got to sign on like that. That's how you do it.
She get fired from CNN?
No.
Fox. She's on Fox. She's on Fox News now.
Yeah, she's still
She
on
was on
Fox
The
News.
Blaze, and now I think she's on Fox News.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Now, before we say anything else that's going to get us fired, we're going to get out of here.
All
Yes,
right.
that's probably
Because-
the best. That's probably for the best.
Yeah, no, it really is for the best. So, look, we are here every Monday,
Thank
Wednesday.
you, Dom, for coming in.
Flynn, thank you for being on the show.
No, thank you. We'll have you in again, dude. It was
Hey,
really fun.
seriously, we enjoy it.
We'll-
Thank
Yes,
you.
this was fun.
We'll have you in again.
First time on Christian radio. I think I did great.
You did a good job.
You're getting there.
Yes, 5 dumps.
You guys are you're back and forth over the line. We'll rein you in a bit.
Wow.